What's going on, everybody? Almost Counts Collectibles here, and in this video we are finally going to take a tour of the new collectible room. Now, this has been a very long work in progress. Like any collectible room, it's never fully where you want it to be. So I've been prolonging this, just trying to get things situated and put in spots that I thought they looked the best. I still have stuff to do in here, but it is pretty much complete. So I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to take a tour of it. Now, I'm sure there's many collectible rooms out there that are larger than this one, but there is a lot of stuff in here. I'm just going to show you guys a little bit. I'm going to pan around. We're going to start over here on one side and go all the way around. But as you can see, we have a lot of collectible stuff. We have the video game and media area over there. There's just a lot of stuff in this room. So we're going to go ahead and kind of just walk around and briefly talk about what is going on in here. I'm not going to spend too much time on one spot because this video would be several hours long. It's probably still going to be kind of long, but let's go ahead. We're going to start. So as soon as you walk in the door right here, we're going to start to the left. We're going to go all the way around the room. So over here to the left in this larger area, this is pretty much all Power Rangers. I don't think I have anything else really over there. This is all Power Ranger items, some sealed. Most of it's opened. A lot of my sealed collection is packed away because I just don't have room for stuff anymore. We'll talk more about that here in a second. But let's go ahead and start right here. So right off the bat, we have a bookshelf. Now this is some sealed stuff right here that's kind of just set in there. It's not set up to display very well, but we've got some old sealed items up here. We have the Hasbro Automorphin figures. Just we've got a lot of stuff wrapped up, stuff I still haven't taken out of the packages. We've got the Legacy Dragon Dagger, all of the triangular boxes sealed back in there. The Micro Mini Power Rangers right there. These are pretty cool. Behind here we have the sealed, those have never been opened, the projector set of white, blue, black, and red. Some Lightning Collection figures I just got around to putting in cases. Some cool stuff from Japan there. What do we have here? We have the Legacy Blaster right here. Some of the little, we have the little Micro Machine kind of play sets. They weren't officially Micro Machine, but at least I don't think they were. Back here we have the sealed Karate Chop Action in the box. I'm not going to move that because those will probably fall. Down here we have the Stuffies. Two of the larger set. I don't have the whole set of those to include Zed, and then the complete 6 set. Those are all the same. A smaller one there. Moving on over. Well, first on top right here, we have all the Lightning Collection. These are some of the bigger boxes. I just got around to putting those in protective cases. I still need to get 2 more cases for these. I didn't have enough. In here we have a sealed Pink Ranger helmet. We have the Psycho Ranger set up top there. Right here we have a lot of Lightning Collection. We have the Jason 2-pack, some more Lightning Collection stuff, the remaster, some more sealed stuff back there, Pudgy Pig, a large bag of the little battle spin topper things. We've got all the, well, not all of them, most of the sealed villains. That might be all of them. I might be missing one right there. Of the Funkos, some cool custom stuff, some other little figures here. These are pretty cool. These are the little, let me see if I can pull one aside here without knocking all these over. The little action ID tags. Got the whole sealed set of those. Moving on down, we got a bunch of the little open figures, the reaction figures, some, you know, old school Power Ranger kind of knockoffs, not really knockoffs, but everybody was trying to copy that theme of Power Rangers back in the day with all these kind of off-brand toys and stuff. But here's a lot of just open little figures from the different lines. Down here, we've got a lot of older stuff that's sealed. This Tiger handheld is the re-release, but all this other stuff is pretty much original. I mean, that Power Ranger Samurai sealed reader right there isn't technically what I would consider original, although that is an authentic sealed one, but I'm talking like the old school Power Rangers. A lot of cool little knickknacks and stuff that they released. They had a Power Ranger everything. I mean, we've got the little like pack and go lunch set. That's the little dish with the sealable lid, the gumball machine, the little rock'em sock'em. We got playing cards. We got a custom Dreamcast game with all the Power Ranger games on it. I thought that was pretty cool. This right here is the toiletry set. It's kind of hard to see, but it's got like the toothbrush, the hairbrush, all that in it. Action marbles, little books, a sealed Dare wallet back there, some activity books, the storybooks, just a bunch of little stuff to display. Down here we have a lot more of that. We got a lot of the puzzles, the little kind of like holographic puzzles. I'm trying to collect all of those. I'm still missing a few. Just a lot of, we got the candy dispenser, we got some VHS tapes, the video games, just a bunch of cool stuff. This light, that light up Red Ranger light, I always thought that was really cool. And here I am spending more time on this stuff. But back here on this shelf, this is just a lot of sealed items, anywhere from action figures, the larger Funkos, a lot of VHS tapes, just a lot of stuff that isn't really display ready. I had to cram back there. Right here we have one of our first little display cases. So we've got all of our carrier Zords in here, minus the Power Rangers in Space carrier Zord. I set this up the same way I had it in the original collectible room because I liked it, but we've just got a lot of the Zords and some figures in there. Back here I've got a Red Ranger standee behind it. Don't really have a lot of place to put those. Back here we got more legacy sealed stuff. We have all of the original sealed villains and everything from like the first 3 seasons, I think, are on this bookshelf in cases back in there. Some more helmets. That's Red Ranger helmet up there. We've got a mint condition, the larger Rock'em Sock'em right here of Megazord and Goldar. That was like put together and never used. The sticker sheet's still in there. I thought that was really cool. This shelf right here, this is, I tried to kind of theme this. I'm going to back up just a little bit. The original bookcases in my old collectible room were a little bit wider, so I was able to fit on there kind of what I wanted. These are a tad bit skinnier, so I couldn't display them the same way, but we kind of start with Mighty Morphin, then we have the Zeo, and then Turbo, and then in Space. So across these 3, I tried to keep it kind of in that order, but I ended up, you know, with one shelf dedicated to just Green Ranger, White Ranger, and then I ran out of room for Space, so I had to put some space up here. So it's not exactly where I want it yet, but we'll go ahead and look at these real quick. So up here we just have some Power Rangers and Space items, the Rangers with their battle armor, their buggies, some of the 5-inch Zords, stuff like that. Right here we have a White Ranger, Green Ranger shelf. We've got the signed Gold Team, the very first one that Tommy ever saw, that he signed. Just a bunch of little White Ranger, Green Ranger figures from random lines and stuff like that. Down here we've got some Zeo stuff, one of the Zeo shells. It's got the 5-pack, well the 6-pack, not the 5-pack back there, still sealed and signed by every Ranger. We've got, I still have to put a few out, but we have all of the little 5-inch Zords. We've got some custom 5-inch Zords. I'll do those in a separate video. The little Micro Machine Zord, of the Zeo Zord, stuff like that. Down here we've got Turbo, so we have the 5-pack of the Turbo Rangers back there. One of the sets of the 5-inch Rangers of all their little kind of like attack action. Some of the micro sets, we've got Divatox's sub there. 5-inch Zords. Down here at the bottom, we have a space shelf. The lighting's not great over here, but we've got the turtles from the era that appeared in space right there. Those back there, I think, are the Light Star Power Rangers. Some of the little vehicles, we've got the Carrier Zord. We've got all the Rangers right here for their battleized armor. I have all the armor pieces. I haven't put them on there yet, but that'll be next. Moving on over here to the middle. Just some more stuff on top here. We've got all the bikes. I still have to set them up with the Rangers. We've got a shelf for the movie. So we've got Megazord, we've got the movie Rangers, some of the books and trading cards, soundtracks, stuff like that for Power Rangers the movie. Got some custom communicators there I had made. Those are pretty cool. We got Zeo. So right here we got the main Zeo Zords. We've got the flip head Rangers. We've got the Morphers. We've got the little battle action Rangers on the Zeo shelf. Moving down to Turbo. We've got the Rescue Zord and the Turbo Megazord. We've got the vehicles with the little 4-inch, 3.5-inch figures. We've got the little key powered battle action Turbo Rangers. We got the Morpher there. We've got Larigo. We've got the Automorphin Rangers there. Moving on down to Space. We've got the Automorphin Space Rangers. We've got the Megazords. We've got the Morphers. We've got the regular non-Light Star Power Rangers in Space figures. Moving on over to the side here, and I apologize for the lighting back here. I need to get some better lighting on this side. But we've got all the 8-inch Rangers back there. I've only got the armor for the 3. I haven't tracked down the armor for yellow and pink yet. We've got their Astro bikes and their Astro gliders. Up here we got Turbo, we got the 8-inch and their vehicles. So this bookcase is kind of the 8-inch figures and then vehicles if they had them. So they've got their Turbo carts, the larger 8-inch Turbo Rangers. Up here we've got the 8-inch Zeo with the smaller ones with their bikes. All right, up here we have the 8-inch Power Rangers the movie figures, and then we have the McDonald's figures with their little, ride-on Zords, and then some other little movie figures. And then up here we have the 2 different 8-inch sets, the Karate Chop action ones and the regular posable ones. And then we have the original Dino Cycles. I haven't displayed the Rangers and everything with those yet. Some more sealed stuff up top here. All right, over here, so this bookshelf in the back is a lot of the sealed, it's pretty much all sealed Lightning Collection and Legacy figures. I'm pretty sure I have all of the sets back here. But right here in front, so we have a sealed, signed by Jason David Frank, original special gold edition Megazord. We've got the Power Rangers Power Playback White Ranger, a signed copy of the Karate Club by Jason David Frank. Over here, I kind of skipped over it, but on top of this case over here, we have that 24 karat gold plated Lost Galaxy Megazord, complete in box. It has been opened, but it is in mint condition. We've got a signed Karate Club video over here of Jason David Frank. We've got Freddy Funko as the Green Ranger, and then we've got a sealed Power Rangers Power Playback Green Ranger here. Bought those in person as a kid back in the 90s. I remember buying those. All right, over here. We're almost done with the bad lighting, sorry. Behind this case, we've got my Green Ranger standee. Back here, we have some more of those sealed villains. This is from season 3. All that stuff back there is just sealed action figures in cases. But the display case right here, so on top we've got Mighty Morphin. Let me get a better angle here. So, sorry, there's a glare. We got my custom Megazords in there. My original 6 team from when I was a kid. We've got Alpha. We've got a custom Green Ranger Morpher with custom coins, some more custom coins. The original Morpher that's been redone. I did a video on that with coins. Down here we have season 2. So we've got the Thunder Megazord and Tiger Zord. Those are the Japanese ones. We have the new set of Rangers to include Rocky, Adam, and Aisha there. My custom Green Ranger. We got White Ranger Fliphead. Down here we've got Ninja, so Ninja Megazord, Ninja, Falcon Zord. We've got the Ninja Rangers. We've even got an Automorphin Masked Rider from season 3. We've got the metallic Automorphin Rangers. We've got the complete Heroes Power Rangers back there. We even got little Ninjor with the vase. Down here we've got Alien Rangers. So we've got like, what, 5 different releases of Alien Rangers to include, you know, Japanese releases, to include the Automorphin ones as well. Shogun Megazord, Ninjor back there. We got the Battleborgs. All right. Right here we have all of the opened villains from Season 1. And then we've got Season 2 and 3. We've got Season 4 Zeo here. We've got Season 5 and Season 6, because especially within space, they didn't release many villains. And then at the bottom, just a bunch of random villain figures. All right, moving on over. Well, first of all, on top right there, we have all the newer Funkos of the Rangers. All right, right here, we've got a lot of sealed stuff. So we're gonna start on top. These are all my bootleg complete set right here of all 6 Rangers to include green. That was the last one that I got, was green right here. It was probably the hardest to find with a White Ranger shield. But I have all 7 total of the Rangers there. I'm missing one, so these are the UK released figures on card. I am missing yellow and green sealed on those. Over here we have the Heroes. All right, but on the actual case right here on the shelving, so we've got the Funkos of them without their helmets, and then the T-Rex right there, some opened ones, Green Ranger Ornament. Right here we have the Battleborgs and the Alien Rangers sealed on card. We have the Power Rangers, the movie figures sealed on card. We have the Zeo Rangers sealed on card. Now, Zeo is the only set I don't have complete sealed on card of the Automorphin Rangers. I was fortunate enough to find an Automorphin Zeo Ranger of the Gold Ranger here sealed on card. I got that for a pretty sweet deal. That's in mint condition. I got that for 90 bucks. But I need to get the rest of them, the individual ones on card. Now, I do have the complete set, like I said, over there that came as the complete box set of all the Automorphin Zeo Rangers sealed. But I also want to get the individual carded ones. For some reason, I just never got around to tracking those down, so I still have to get the 5 Rangers. But here's the complete Automorphin Turbo team to include the Phantom Ranger and the Blue Centurion. Over here, more Funkos on top. These are the Rangers with their helmets. Some special edition ones. We got Alpha, Red Ranger with shield. Then we have the Rangers opened. Here we have all the original Rangers sealed on card from back in the 90s. Down here we have Season 2 to include a signed Green Ranger and a, I think that's a European release, UK release, Green Ranger on card here. Down here we have all of the Metallic Armor Rangers sealed. And then on the bottom we have the Ninja Rangers. And then on every shelf we have some of the opened little PVC figures and smaller stuff that came out just kind of for display to put it somewhere. All right, right here in the middle, I did this, but I'm not crazy about it. I think I might take it out. We've got a little display cube. I was gonna put other helmets in there, never got around to it. But on top, we've got the original Dragon Zord, Megazord, and Titanus. Sealed, never opened, in really good shape. I just got around to putting them in custom plastic cases. I've got a Dragon Dagger still in the box here. That is opened. I'll probably get a case for this anyways, but that's not exactly... The box isn't mint and it's opened. Down here, we just got some more little helmets, Funkos. These are cool. These are some older Halloween costumes from way back in the day. We got a White Ranger costume, a Red Rangers in Space costume, some of the gloves, the Power Ranger gloves that actually talked. Couple little items right here. The recorder, the little TV nightlight, the Game Boy game. But that is one of the larger Power Ranger areas over here to the side. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and keep moving left. So over here is kind of the media area, but there are also a lot of collectibles right here in front of me. So we have two like leather little lounging chairs. I've got these sitting here just because I haven't got around to finding a spot for them yet. Just some more hang up art. These are original, you know, gold border glass. It's got the glass plate on the front of the original little posters. This rug's really cool. Love this rug. I actually got this off of Temu. I wasn't expecting much. It was like $30. It did take like a month and a half to get here. And when it came, it was all rolled, or it wasn't rolled up, it was folded up. So when I first got it out, I thought the creases would never come out of it. I mean, it looked terrible, but after a while, I mean, it's flattened out pretty good without really doing anything to it. And I think it looks awesome. So that was definitely a pretty cool purchase. All right. So up top here, put a couple posters on the ceiling. So we got Spider-Man, we got the Ninja Turtles. Over here, we got a lot of media. So on top here, we've got Digimon Funkos, Piccolo. One of my kids took all of my Dragon Ball Z Funkos, but I kept a Piccolo. He's pretty much my favorite character. Got a Darth Maul, one really cheap, so I put that one over there. Got some Switch stuff. Most of that's, I don't really keep in here though. So a lot of this is just like older gaming, and then some of my more favorite movies on DVD. So we'll just briefly go through this. I've got some Super Nintendo games, Game Boy Color, Nintendo 64, Sega, a lot more 64. We got a lot of PlayStation 1. Well, not as much PlayStation 1 as everything else. Got some PlayStation 2. Got some GameCube, getting into some of the custom cases for the 64. Just movies, series, things like that. More Nintendo 64 games, more PlayStation 2 games, Xbox 360, some more PS2, original Xbox. Got some more movies, original Xbox, some Pokemon DVDs, Xbox 360, just some more DVD shows, things like that. And we got some more movies. Now over here on top, we've got some sealed Digimon, Digipets. We got our Simpsons stuff, so some of the sealed stuff, some open stuff. We got some of our South Park little figures over here. All right, we got our Dragon Ball Z, some South Park, our Digimon, Ninja Turtles, Avatar, the Simpsons. Down here we got Voltron, Transformers, Beast Wars, Adventure Time. Just a lot of the stuff that I like. Super Sentai, we got VR Troopers, Power Rangers, of course. All right, then we're gonna get right here to kind of the TV area. So on top of the TV, I was able to get a shelf put in here, and I'm just sticking a bunch of little odds and ends collectibles of, nostalgic things that I liked growing up that, I still kind of like today. So, We've got Toy Story figures, Kung Fu Panda, The Emperor's New Groove, my all-time favorite Disney movie. We got Bobby's World, we got Tailspin figures, we got some Back to the Future. We got a Triforce light, we got Optimus, we got a sealed 151 collection box up there. We've got some Halo figures, a sealed thing of Taz playing cards, thought that was really cool. We've got the Iron Giant, we've got a Kenny from South Park, we've got a Turbo Man, we've got a Voltron, some more Pokemon stuff back there. We've got a Sega system, it's still in the box back there. Just a bunch of cool little collectibles. Got Archer from Small Soldiers. All right, right here, this was kind of the random cube. I didn't know what to put here. This will probably change, but for now, I just stuck a bunch of Dragon Ball Z figures, some Adventure Time stuff, a sealed thing of Monster Ranger cards, if you guys even know what that is, some original Burger King Pokemon stuff. And then the way I kind of did this, so like I've got these cubes on the side. It's kind of like each system, at least the systems that I wanted to actually bring out and play. So the first one right here, we got Xbox. Got my original Xbox, got the DVD remote, got one controller sitting out. We got Master Chief back there. Then we moved down, we got Xbox 360. Got my camo controller, my Master Chief holding it. Got some Halo figures sealed there. Down here on the bottom, we've got some gaming books, but in here, I'll do a separate video on this. I finally got around to putting all my comic books in one of these really cool cases. Love that thing. I had all my old comic books in like a binders, and I didn't like that. So I put them all on backwards in cases, in their little sleeves, clear sleeves, and I put them in this really nice case. So they're all organized, they're protected. All right, right here on top of the TV, we got some more stuff. So we got some stuffies back there. We got Taz, we got Finn and Jake. We got Rex, we got Sonic. On top here, we got some little figures. How to Train Your Dragon, original Jurassic Park. Some Dragon Ball Z, just little stuff like that. Sonic. All right, then to the TV. This TV is probably one of the heaviest things I've ever lifted in my life. We looked it up, and I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was more than I was kind of expecting. This TV supposedly weighs like over 200 pounds. I mean, it's crazy. And that actually might be low. It might be higher than that. Actually, we had multiple people trying to get this up the stairs. I got this TV for like 20 bucks. It works great. It was a very high dollar TV back in the day. I really wanted an original CRT TV to hook up and play the old systems on. So we got it. It took several of us to load it in the back of an SUV, but I had to bring it in upstairs, in a door, up more stairs. This room is on the second floor of a house, and we just couldn't do it. We ended up having to strap this thing to a very heavy-duty dolly, and it still took several people to get this up the stairs. I never want to have to move this TV again. But I love this TV. Right now I've got Zelda hooked up. We've been going back and playing that, but it's awesome to just go back and experience the original consoles on, you know, the way you did on original cathode ray tube TV. So we've got the large TV here. Here at the bottom, I've got a dual DVD VCR right here. Got my rewinder on top. Just got some more stuff displayed. Got a bunch of CDs back in there. Down here, I finally decided to get some of the older stuff out and display it. I've got a bunch of the original 64 games, you know, with their boxes and everything. Game Boy, you know, still had the Game Boy box, you know, just took care of stuff, kept the boxes to it for the most part. So now I'm finally just displaying them, put them in cases and just enjoying them. In here we have a bunch of accessories, just controllers, memory cards, all that good stuff to go with the consoles. All right, over here on the bottom, just a bunch of magazines, gaming magazines, strategy guides, Nintendo Power, Game Informer, all that stuff. I made a video about those, but I'm finally getting around to putting those in, protective things to preserve them. Up here we have our PlayStation 2. We got our cool Buzz hat that we found at a Goodwill. Digimon on PlayStation 1, one of my favorite PlayStation games. I want to get around to playing that again. I've got the strategy guide for it back there if you can see it. But on PlayStation 2, we've got Dark Cloud, an amazing game if you've never played Dark Cloud. Love that game. Up here, we have pretty much my favorite system of all time. We've got the Nintendo 64. I got my cool Zelda sword stuck right here. But got a bunch of Zelda stuff in here. Obviously Zelda, my all-time favorite video game. We got our Nintendo Power of Zelda over there. Some Uno cards we recently picked up. Got my Game Shark right there. All right, moving on up to GameCube. Okay, we got our GameCube. We've got Twilight Princess. Pretty expensive game if you try to pick that up today on GameCube. You're going to pay probably $200 or more for it if you want it complete. Got the promotional disc of Zelda right there with the original games on it. Very underrated system. Got a lot of hate when it came out. I bought one when it first came out for the $99. And then the main reason I bought this game was for Mortal Kombat Deception. Because on the GameCube version, probably because maybe people were flocking, or they knew people would flock to the other version of the game, because the other consoles at the time did look a little better than GameCube. But the GameCube version of Mortal Kombat Deception had Shao Kahn and Goro as actual unlockable playable characters, and the other versions of the games did not. So that's the main reason. I was really into Mortal Kombat at the time. I wanted Shao Kahn and Goro. I bought a GameCube just for that game. Glad I did. Enjoyed it. I also bought Soul Calibur, which had Link as a playable character. And obviously Smash Brothers and Mario Sunshine. A lot of really good games on the GameCube, but a lot of people passed it up when it came out. All right, over here. So this is my wife's shelf. So she's got her collectibles here that, she enjoyed as a kid and stuff like that. She's got all the Spice Girls dolls back there. Bring It On the movie. A lot of Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen cassette tapes. We got Gumby down there. We got the Rugrats. Up here we have a lot of Rugrats stuff. Shirley loves the Rugrats. So some of the original, toys, dolls, figures. Angelica Funko Pop there. You can't see it. There's t-shirts rolled up back in there. A bunch of the VHS and DVDs. Rocket Power. Just a bunch of cool stuff in there. Here on top, kind of a mess. A bunch of Mario stuff. Trying to get around to organizing and displaying it a little bit better. But this is just a bunch of little Mario figurines and vehicles and castles and stuff of that nature. All right, over here, got a lot of, most of my sealed Spider-Man, Marvel, Fantastic Four. Even got a little X-Files shelf here. But these are a lot of just my sealed original 90s Toy Biz, Spider-Man, and Marvel collection. Got some cool 2-packs down here. Once again, right here, we've got X-Files shelf with some of the original VHSs. I put my SWAT cats there just because I was looking for a spot and it looked like a good spot with a little alien. So I stuck them there for now. Over here, we got some TMNT stuff. These right here are the re-releases. There's some of the classic ones down in here, but I just got them all stuck in there. All the turtles from a few different generations still sealed on the card. Got some VHS tapes. Got our cassette tape there. We got some cool books. Got some more Marvel stuff down here. And we will go through some of this stuff, obviously. We'll look at it more in depth. We'll pull it out. We'll look at it in different videos. But right now it would take too long if I did that just for the tour video. Got my Sealed Adventure Time Lego over there. Finally got around to putting that in a protective case. Right here, some random stuff. I got some of my autograph stuff I'm actually going to put on the ceiling. Just a bunch of different pictures from actors and stuff like that are signed with certificates of authenticity. But I want to get these hung up on the wall or on the ceiling. Over here, I've got some VHS tapes. Got our cool little game room sign there that lights up. But these are just some of the VHS tapes that I've snagged from our larger collection that we've been tracking down to put up here in my media room, just because they're movies and stuff like that that I'm a little more fond of. So this is just some of my favorites. Oh, and speaking of Power Rangers in Space Battle Armor, here's a lot of it right here. I was going through it because I have multiples of some of them. And then we got our chairs here with our little Mario Odyssey and Power Ranger blankets. Kind of skipped over this. Just got some more art hanging on the wall here. I really like this one right here of Jason David Frank. But that is the media room. Here's some more of the stuff that we've got on the ceiling. I've got like this arched ceiling, so I put some stuff up here. We got some original Power Ranger posters. And then we have the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time poster. I know there's a massive glare on this, but this was folded up in that magazine. It was already detached. Someone took it out. Because I'm pretty sure it was attached. But I didn't want this to get damaged. It was in mint condition, so I made a custom frame for it. I made a video about that, but put it on the wall right here above the Nintendo stuff. Over here, as we go around the corner, we got some more stuff. We got a magazine here of the Power Rangers, an original ad for the Automorphin Rangers. This right here is really, really cool. So this is an original 90s, like I said, one of those gold bordered glass framed photos of Pokemon. And it's got Team Rocket, it's got Ash, you know, Misty, Brock, a lot of the iconic Pokemon on it there. Really, really cool. I've also got a metal sign of the White Ranger down there. We also got Green Ranger up here. Didn't show that one. But there's more stuff I want to put on the ceiling and stuff to fill as much space as I can. Realistically, I would need a room twice this size to display a lot of the stuff I want to display. But, you know, you make do with what you got one day. So over there was the little media area. All right, moving on. We're going to head into this room right here, okay? So this is a room off to the side. I just lined it with bookshelves to get as much display area as possible. All right, so right here we've got the little GameStop exclusive, like, you know, teleporting or whatever Rangers. We got a glass case. We got the Fig Arts. We got the Soul of Chogokin, Megazord, Dragonzord, Titanus right here that all need to be, all of these have been opened. I need to take them out, set them up, and then on one of these shelves, that's why this is sitting here, I'm going to put the larger Ranger figures. I'm going to display them. So I'll probably have them here actually. Then I'll have Megazord, Dragonzord, and then Titanus on the bottom. Probably how that's going to go, but... All right, moving on over here. We got some more signs and decorations. This one's really cool. It's serial numbered, it's signed. That's pretty neat. Right here we got a lot of the Masked Rider stuff. We'll look at this later. I actually just added another one to the collection right here. It's an Automorphin Masked Rider. I didn't have him sealed in the box. All of my Beast Wars are down here on the shelves, still sealed. Over here we got Beetleborgs. We got all of my Mystic Knight stuff sealed. Couldn't display those very well, so I just had to store them in here. A lot of Ninja Turtle stuff. Some more random Beetleborgs, all that stuff. Beast Wars, some signed Power Ranger stuff. All right, these shelves right here are the more recent Power Ranger items, to include some custom stuff. So this is all like Legacy and Lightning Collection, and some Hasbro stuff. So right here, Lightning Collection figures and Megazords, to include the Morpher. We got some villains. I haven't put all their accessories on them yet and stuff like that. These are my custom Putty Rangers. I've got some more custom figures kind of spread out through here, but we'll look at those more in depth as we go. These are really cool. These were custom Masters of the Universe Rangers that I bought. Somebody made me a custom Master Morpher. I mean, this thing's really cool. They only charged me like 20 bucks for this. It's all 3D printed, but it actually opens up. It's magnetic. The handle works. You can take this clip on and off. They gave me an extra clip, all the coins. Really, really cool for 20 bucks. Hopefully they're selling a lot of those. I think they're selling them online. Because, man, that's a really good deal, and it's a pretty good product. Over here we have the Ninja Turtle Power Rangers. Down here we got some statues. We got the Masters of the Universe custom villains. There's reaction Zords and some of the Rangers. Down here's like all the Hasbro stuff. Those 12-inch Rangers, man, they look really good. But as far as the toy's concerned, they're terrible. I mean, my kids hated them. I actually bought those for one of my kids and they wanted nothing to do with them. So I just put them in here for display because they look really good, but their mobility is terrible. They have like 4 points of articulation and definitely just a display piece. The Automorphin Rangers, you know, had some cool things about them, but ultimately they look terrible. These right here, these Rangers and the Zords were the best thing to come out of that, in my opinion. All right, moving on over. Down here we've got in space, a lot of custom Psycho Rangers, my custom Zordon back there, custom Purple Ranger, all the Space Rangers, Astronomas, Psycho Purple Astronema. Right here we have Zeo and Turbo. So we got all the Zeo Rangers. These are actually customized a little bit too with additional paint. We got some cogs, custom Phantom Ranger back there, my custom Diva Tox. I took her mask off and set it right there in front of her, but her mask does come off. I thought she turned out really well. Transparent Phantom Ranger, Blue Centurion. Up here we got Power Rangers the movie, got my custom Dulcia, the little diorama that I made there, all the Ninja Rangers. All right, moving on up, we got the Alien Rangers, we got the Metallic Rangers, we got the Civilian Rangers, and then we got my custom Bulk and Skull, which I thought turned out really well. Once again, going to do a video about those here in the future. We got the villains, so my custom Squat and Babu that I did, 100% from scratch. I thought they turned out really good. Got Zed, Rita, Green Ranger. We got the Wizard. Why? Wizard of Deception, right? Why am I blanking out on that? I don't know. Custom painted Goldar, well, blackwashed Goldar back there. Thought it made it look a little bit better. Over here we've got a bunch of the Legacy stuff. Zords, the figures, the helmets, the Morpher, more Legacy, Zeo in space, more Zords. Down here we got Power Rangers the movie stuff. Got my custom Ivan Ooze hands and eggs I still have to paint. Got a complete set of the Legacy Psycho Rangers to include the custom of all the missing ones. So got a whole set of those. Even got a custom green in there. Down here is just a bunch of Power Ranger like books, novels, comic books, the sticker books still sealed, all the trading cards, in binders, stuff we'll look at in a later video. Moving on over, this is some more, this is a lot of non-Power Ranger stuff, but we got like the sealed VR troopers in here, some of their vehicles. You got a Beetleborg vehicle right there. We got some Beetleborgs right here. A lot of the accessories and everything, I have all the accessories for pretty much all these figures, but I'm just now getting around to finding the bags, bringing out accessories, so it's gonna be a while. The new release of Voltron, got the complete set of that. It's pretty cool. We got some Ultraman. We got the Rocketeer. I found this at a store for like 10 bucks, still sealed. I have it opened. It's right there. Had it since I was a kid, and I found a sealed one at a video game store of the same thing, so I had to buy it. Got that sealed. Got Masked Rider stuff over here. I've got some, so these are original photos of the advertisements. So these are pretty cool. All the photos, they're dated and everything, of when they were taking the pictures to, you know, create the displays and advertisements for the figures. Thought that was really neat. I need to get those in some kind of protector. Mystic Knights of Tir na Nog. We got some villain stuff right here. Tyrone, I think is his name. He's huge. He's taking up like the whole shelf, but I got more stuff to put in there. Here's all my Mystic Knights figures. Once again, I got to get all their accessories. They're just in bags and everything to display these better. Moving on up to some Beast Wars. So this is all Season 3 stuff, to include a custom Transmutate right here. This thing's pretty cool. Season 2 stuff. And when I say Season 1, Season 2, these are figures from different toy lines. I just picked the ones that kind of look the best, and I'm making displays based on the ones that appeared in that season. Got Season 1 up here. Got some more stuff stored up top here, just random stuff. Vehicles. All right, more Beast Wars stuff. These are some of my custom things and other items, but I gotta fix these displays. Got some Transformers, a bunch of the original Generation 1 Transformers. The original Devastator. All right, down here we got the Lego Optimus. Got him put in a case. Got a signed Bumblebee from the guy that voiced Bumblebee in the original cartoon. Got Unicron over there. Still a work in progress, but just getting a bunch of stuff out. Finally getting it displayed so we can enjoy it. All right, moving over here. Got a bunch of the Funkos up here. Got the Turtles, Spider-Man. Got my computer right here. Right here, I just got a large stack of all of the Pokemon cards, some Digimon cards that I've collected over the years, just the stuff that I'm interested in. We'll dive through all those on a different day. Got some cool little certificates that the kids helped make for some of the milestones of the channel. And then you move back over here. So this is the collectible room. There's a lot going on in here. I'm already almost at 50 minutes, and that was me trying to go fast. So we will take a more in-depth look at all the stuff in here in different videos to come, and we'll make update videos on how, you know, the displays are going and everything in the room. But one thing I want to mention right now, so everything you see in here, to some of you, it might not seem like anything because your collection is a lot bigger. To others, it might seem like there's a lot of stuff in here. Like I said, I would need a space probably twice as big as this just to even begin to display the stuff that I want to display. However, this is less than half my collection. Behind this wall right here that you see, all of this, there is about 3 to 4 feet behind these bookcases all the way down, just filled with boxes and totes, from floor to ceiling with like no cracks in between. There's an entire wall of boxed Power Ranger items behind these bookcases. Behind this computer, this is in front of a very large closet. There is a 3 to 4 feet deep closet behind this setup right here that is filled with boxes and totes, like Tetrised perfectly in there, full of Power Ranger items. Behind these bookcases, there is a very large closet. This one's only about 5 feet tall, that goes deep into the wall, filled with boxes and protectors full of items. Over here, on both the left and right, there are little doors with large storage rooms or cubbies that are filled with boxes full of media items, video game stuff, packed away. And to top that off, there is a probably 12 foot by 12 foot room in my basement filled with totes and boxes of duplicate opened Power Ranger items. So I got a lot of stuff. You're not even seeing half of it. This is just the stuff that I was able to display and make look halfway decent, that I wanted to kind of enjoy and look at. But I have a ton of other stuff. Everything that you see opened pretty much, I also have sealed in the box that's packed away. And then everything you see opened, I have multiples of that are in the basement packed away. So eventually we'll get around to doing more videos, going through that stuff, just seeing all the stuff we've collected over the years. But this right here, is just an update. Wanted to show you guys how the new collectible room has come along and kind of what's going on with that, and just stuff that we're going to see in the future, the stuff that we collect here on the channel, and just what you can look forward to in regards to stuff you might see pop up in a collection video or a review video or whatever the case may be in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up before this goes over an hour long. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and look forward to collecting with you guys and sharing all this stuff with you all. So until next time, everybody, we will see you next video.